All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Esther Alayande, and I'm excited to share my progress and experience in learning backend with AI from IQUX. So I'm going to walk you through what I've learned so far. So in learning backend, I learned that to build an effective backend, we focus on four primary areas. The first is the Node.js runtime, and this allows us to run JavaScript outside the browser. And also the second part is the express routing, which is where we design paths or endpoints that handles the user's request. And also the third is the backend validation, which ensures data accuracy before processing. And also we have the dev workflow, which keeps the development cycle fast and efficient. And the major stack for the backend that I've learned so far is the Node.js and Express. And the Node.js, it gives direct access to the operating system's file system and network, and it executes the JavaScript outside the browser. And also we have the Express.js. This helps manage the power of Node.js efficiently. It's a framework and it handles the heavy lifting of raw Node HTTP modules and making the routing and middleware management intuitive. Also, we have the web server basis, which involves importing the module and initializing the application. So I was able to apply what I learned by developing a phone book application. So I was able to implement a RESTful states transfer architecture for a phone book application, and where the resources are accessed via URLs, via the standard URLs. So I was able to create this endpoint, the API endpoint, to get, so this URL fetches the entire collection for the phone book application. And then for this URL, for the particular ID, it fetches a single resource. And for the post, it adds a single resource, and the delete deletes a single resource for the IDs. And also, handling data creation, which is the post, like I said earlier, handling the data collection, the post, and adding data creation is one of the critical parts to a JavaScript object that we can actually use. So for when creating for the backend, we don't just accept anything, and that is why validation is required. So for this particular phone book application, the requirement is the name and the number. So the validation, I built it in a way to check if the name and the number exist, to check the uniqueness of the data in order to validate. And if it's invalid, it returns a status code of 400. And if it is, okay, sorry, please. And then generates an ID. So I'd like to show the code base of how it was done. Okay. Okay, so this is a post request, which I said earlier is used to add. So it's, and one of the major things when handling data from when adding to the backend, it's important to validate, which helps with data accuracy. So this is just done for the post request to check for the two contents that are required, the name and the number, to verify. Then if it's not valid, it returns the error. Also, we have development workflows and tools, and this is used to help with the productivity. So the first one is the node one. So instead of manually restarting the server after every code change, the node one, which is installed, helps to watch the directory and restarts the application automatically. Then we also have the testing endpoint. So for this URLs that was created earlier for the phone book, so they are not just created and validated, they are also tested for data accuracy and for, yes, they're also tested. So we use dedicated tools like the VS Code REST client or Postman to test. So I'd like to show you how it's done. So for the post request that was created, I'm going to use the VS Code client to test. So this is the post request, the content type, a JSON file, and then the name and the number, which is the requirement. So let's say I impute a name and a number. So I've tested this before. So this sends the request. I'm sorry. Okay, this number exists already. So it sends the request and it is tested. So a 200 status shows that it is successful. And yeah, that's how it is. So these are the things I've learned so far and I've been able to apply. So by creating a phone book application in the backend, using the Node.js and Express, it has made me understand how to centralize data management and the application logic. And also by implementing the REST APIs, I've been able to establish a way for the front end to interact with data via this get, post, and delete method. And learning how to implement and establish all this has been a very great experience. And I'm really glad for this opportunity and looking forward to learn more as I progress. Thank you very much.